But one thing that I really try to tell my clients is a lot of people will get so caught up with looking at something or being so focused on one particular thing, but something that you guys should implement into your gameplay is visually focusing on something and then audibly focusing on another. So what I mean by that is, what is going on, guys? H-Man Mayo here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about a lot of important stuff in this viewer VOD review video. How to structure your rounds on attack and defense so that way you can be prepared, and that way you have a goal set in mind for the round so you don't feel lost. There's also going to be a lot of other really important topics talked about in today's video, so if you guys like it, make sure you guys leave a like in the video. Helps out with the algorithm. I got a little aggressive there, I'm sorry. But seriously, hey, like the video if you like the video. Also, consider subscribing. I would greatly appreciate it. But intro's done. We're going on to the video.
Oh, that's cheeks.
1, 2, 3, baby. Let's get it. Oh, okay. So, this here. Reinforcing long desk is really important, and a lot of people don't do it. One thing to not do, and something that you'll kind of see more and more the higher you rank up in ELO, is a lot of people won't reinforce this third wall here, which you end up making. So usually you'll see a rotate here, which you made with your impact, and then you reinforce this wall over here to your right. And the reason you don't really reinforce this is because you can actually get an angle from Baguette, which is the little area with the solo desk, kind of where Jaeger's at. And also bathroom all the way through, meeting into the visa door leading to meeting. So not reinforcing this wall allows you to support the area of meeting in that room and cut off that rotation and that cross from all the way from Baguette. So you don't necessarily need to be playing in meeting to hold it. Okay, so two things here. One, in a situation like this here, this might be a little bit of a quick thinking moment, but you just got a goo mine, and a blitz and a goo mine, that's a really good counter for blitz, right? So throw that down, and also call out to your teammates that they're rushing visa, because I'm not hearing a call out, rushing visa, watch visa stairs, anything like that, right? And as well as, the blitz rushing you, what you could do here is kind of stick your ground a little bit more. I know it's really scary for, a blitz rushing you or whatever, but he's only effective with his flash to a certain range. So if you kind of hold your ground here a little bit more, it could have led to you dealing a significant amount of damage, possibly killing him or killing the Zofia, right? So kind of try to tame your emotions and your reaction of panic in the moment like this, right? Okay, so this is actually really nice what you're doing here. I like the fact that you're getting the visa hatch. This is something that a lot of people don't really understand with playing Consulate, is how impactful the visa hatches are. And just hatches in general, right? Like the normal default reinforcements are like 3 garage, bathroom hatch, circle desk hatch, and then, maybe some other reinforcements on the bomb site. So you usually have extra reinforcements, and it's really good to see, or I'm really happy to see that you're using them in pretty impactful locations. Oh. Alright, so you have two options in this situation. When you hear these audio cues like this, you placed a goo there from you placing a goo there previously in the round. And so you can either play off of that or fully commit to the swing, because what you did here is you kind of half-assed the swing here, right? Like you swung, got scared, unswung, which allowed the Ash to react to you and prefer you. Whenever you have information like this, it's really important that you have confidence in your swing when you do swing, because if you kind of strafe in the angle and then back out, this allows the Ash to react to you and start pre-firing you, right? Which is exactly what happened here, where you swung out, she reacted to you, you unswung, and then she's pre-firing the angle that you're going to peek again eventually, right? So you really need to commit to the swing, so that way it's a lot harder for the Ash to predict your movement. If you fully commit there to the swing, you most likely kill her. All right, so we're 20 seconds into the round, and all you've really done is just ran around and placed your Malusis, and you keep running back and forth in piano. This is something that I bring up a lot in my VOD reviews, is making sure that you have a plan or something you know you want to do whenever a round starts. You should always have a set objective as a defender or an attacker, a plan, a blueprint for the round, so that way you're a lot more understanding of what you need to do and how you want to do it. Also, plant just went down, so yeah. Another thing here with how plant went down is understanding the gaps in your defense. This is how a lot of people lose their defensive rounds, is because they don't understand and they're not reading the gaps that they have in their defensive strategy. So it's really important to kind of look around when the prep phase starts or when you're early into the round, see where gaps are in positioning or utility and try to fill those with whatever you can. So big thing here that you're not really understanding with rappelling is by you going on upside down rappel instead of regular rappel, it allows you to have the ability to be a little bit more ready for the gunfights for when people jump out on you. So just next to you, you have the bathroom window, the benches window, or 2 benches windows, right? So there's 3 windows where the defenders could potentially jump out on you from, right? So you being on upside down rappel automatically puts you in a little bit of a better position to take those gunfights if that jump out ever does happen, because you're already looking down where they're going to be when they jump out. Okay, so I'm going to cut off this VOD here so that way we can go on to the next one. But some big things that I want you as the viewer and the VOD reviewer to work on is situational awareness is definitely something that you should try your hardest to kind of incorporate more into your gameplay and just being overall more aware of your surroundings. That means listening to callouts, audio cues, visual cues, all of that good stuff. Also, confidence in your gunfights. That round when the blitz was rushing up your visa stairs and you were very scared to take the gunfight or deal damage on him. And also the Ash proning down visa stairs as well. So 2 gunfights where confidence was definitely lacking and it ultimately ended up getting you killed. Alright, so something that I see a lot happen with lower elo players is they lack a direction to follow when they play. And this is something that I see a lot in my VOD reviews as well, is these lower elo players, they don't really understand what they need to do or how to do it. And that's completely fine, that comes with experience, but what should be happening, at least in my opinion, is you guys should have something that you agreed on what to do during the round. Just so this way you can learn how to properly do it when you start getting that experience, right? Also there, one thing with taking gunfights is take the gunfights that you know you want to take, right? Like here, you kind of stood there, didn't really react to the information. I'm going to be honest, you kind of bought it out. You weren't even ADSing ready for the gunfight, right? So make sure you're ready and you understand how you want to take the gunfight. But going back to my original point of conversation with direction, even if it's the wrong direction during the round and you guys lose it, at least have a blueprint for your attacking or defending rounds. It's super important. Ooh, big. Okay, big mistake here with how you're holding this angle. So if you look at how you're holding the angle, you're not even covering yourself in any cover, right? Like, you're holding the angle while also leaning to the wrong side. So really important that you kind of understand the fundamentals of holding an angle, playing an angle, and stuff like that. All right, so with what the situation is kind of playing out with, like, so far, you just got to pick turning the round from a 4v5 into a 4v4 with 2 minutes left. Now, you holding this angle on something you don't really need to hold could be the potential difference maker of if the round is won or lost by you guys. So understand the things that you want to do and if they actually benefit you and the team. And if they don't, or you can't seem to think of a reason if they could, then most of the time it usually won't. So really try to evaluate the decisions that you're making, the angles that you're holding, and why you're doing something in the first place. You shouldn't be worrying about this window. There's a barricade on it. You'll hear if they shoot or break the barricade. Really important that you use audio cues to your advantage. And a good rule of thumb that I tell a lot of my clients in our coaching sessions. By the way, link to my Patreon down below. But one thing that I really try to tell my clients is a lot of people will get so caught up with looking at something or being so focused on one particular thing. But something that you guys should implement into your gameplay is visually focusing on something and then audibly focusing on another. So what I mean by that is, for example, the barricade just broke, and now you worry about it because it's broken, they could potentially jump in. But you could also hold a different angle while the barricade was still intact, and then audibly listen for when the barricade is broken, then you divert your attention to the barricade, if that makes sense. This is a really, really good read on the audio cue there as well, so you played that situation pretty decent. Alright, so I'm going to end the VOD review here. So some big things that I want you as the viewer to focus on is definitely create a plan of attack or a plan of defense before the round even starts. I feel like this is something that a lot of lower elo players really struggle with, is they don't think about what they want to do before they actually take action during a round. Also, what I just mentioned a moment ago about audibly listening for something or audibly paying attention to something and then visually paying attention to another by holding an angle, right? That's something that almost anyone can benefit from in this game. As well as the whole utility placement with the Cade clause. I saw some questionable things. I didn't really talk about them too much, but you know, overall utility placement could use some work, especially with you playing Thatcher. I really only saw you throw maybe 1 or 2 EMPs. So what you should be doing with Thatcher is kind of glued to your hard breacher, so to speak. And then once you get the wall open or that hard breacher expends all of their utility, then you can rotate to potentially an Asher Zofia and, you know, disable any Wamai magnets or Jaeger ADSs so that way they don't have to burn anything in order to reach a shield, a Maestro cam, or a bulletproof cam. But overall, that's everything that I have for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed or learned anything new, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It greatly helps out with the YouTube algorithm. I also want to mention that there's links to all of my social media as well as my coaching down below, so if you guys are interested in a VOD review like this one here, but that is much more in-depth, or a coaching session, all of the info you need can be found on my Patreon with the link below in the description. There's also a link to the Wichita Wolves, which I am a content creator for, so make sure you guys go show them some love. We also just got a CL team, so we are now competing in Rainbow Six Siege at a semi-professional level. So if you guys want to go support them, I would greatly appreciate it. I'll be in the chat with those games, so if you guys want to come over there, talk to me, whatever it is, I will be there at the games. But that's everything I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya! But that's everything I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed. What am I trying to say is the real question. What am I trying to say? Sorry. Are we rushing this bitch? That was, I mistimed that so poorly. You died too?
Oh my god, I died too.